Hey coaches, it's Jessica Parks. I'm here at Iron Tribe Vestavia. These videos we're going to go through gymnastic skills. We're going to talk about body awareness, how tight you need to be moving through these skills, as well as prerequisites to set your athletes up for success as they move through the building blocks to get to these big, larger gymnastic skills. First things first is body awareness. Most of us as coaches have a sports background, so we have a lot of body awareness. If you have a gymnastics, stance, cheerleading background, you have probably even more body awareness. If a coach tells you, hey, I need you to, tighten your abs or squeeze this muscle group, we got it automatically. But when you're telling these newer athletes that don't have as much body awareness, they're really lost. They don't know, these verbal cues are not computing into something they can actually apply to their body. We're going to be starting with these very basic gymnastic skills, something that a 5-year-old will be learning in a gymnastics gym, laying down the ground, hollows, arch, how to squeeze muscle groups so that they can create these new pathways from their brain to our muscles so that they can hear verbal cues and they're able to turn these muscles on. We're also going to be talking about prerequisites. So most of the times in our 101 and regular class, we go from hey, we don't know how to do a handstand to let's learn handstand push-ups all within 5 minutes, okay? This can set the athlete up for injury, and also, you're not gonna have a lot of confidence in yourself or your athlete if you don't really know how they can move. So we're gonna make sure they have the proper range of motion through an unloaded movement, passive movement, so that they can set themselves up for success, and so that you aren't worried while they're moving through a muscle up for the first time if you don't even know if they can hold a static hold at the top. A real quick story, one time I was teaching a 101 and this guy, 6'5", 300 pounds, 101, comes up to me and says, I'm ready to do my handstand. How do you think I felt? I was super nervous as a coach, but I had to be confident in my spotting ability to teach him. Everything turned out great. He actually was very nimble, surprisingly, but I want to set you up for success. I don't want you to be worried when they kick up to a handstand or jump on a pull-up bar, what's going to happen next. We're going to start from the bottom and create these building blocks so that they're able to have more success and you're able to instruct them in a more fluid, effortless way. So the prerequisites for each movement, they're going to be different, but it's all going to start with being able to maintain a hollow body, maintain a tight body through the entire gymnastics movement. That's going to be from, holding a hollow hold. Can you do a push-up hold? Just a normal handstand, holding your body on the pull-up bar. You're creating this tight, static hold throughout the entire movement. So first things first is the hollow and the arch. So we're going to talk through that. I'm going to get Caleb to demo what we're looking for in that. Okay guys, we're going to talk about the hollow and the arch position. Okay, so first up, for the most part, your athletes are not going to be able to jump into an RX hollow body hold right from the start. They're difficult to understand the position, and they're just difficult in general to maintain and hold it for an extended amount of time. So we're going to talk through the basics and how to move out into a correct hollow body hold. So first up, Caleb's going to show us a RX hollow body hold. So when he's here, his feet are down. He's in a nice, good, straight curve position. Arms are overhead. You can drop down. Okay, when you're there, you want to make sure that your low back is pressed into the ground. So if he wasn't pressed into the ground, I would be able to put my hand underneath here. So that's not a good position. He's got to lock down that core in order to get into a tight hollow. So this is a difficult position to be in, okay? So besides the arched back, which I don't want to see, also don't want to see your feet way up in the air and an angle, okay? So if there's an angle in any of these positions, you're not in the correct position. So how do we scale it? The easiest way to scale, so the lowest position would be if he bent his legs, he drops his arms down, okay? So there's a little bit off the ground, and he's going to pick up his shoulders. His head's going to be neutral, okay? This is learning how to turn on your core, okay? So if you cut off the top part of a hollow body hold, this is what we're looking for. From there, if he's like, hey, I can hold this for an extended amount of time, maybe 30 seconds, he's ready to move on to the next step. He's just going to bring his legs up. We call it a dead bug, but it's a 90-degree angle. He maintains this same position, okay? You can relax. So we should be able to hold these for 30 seconds without having any issues, without your low back coming off the ground. From there, it's time to move out into a closer position to a hollow body hold. So let me see the dead bug. He's gonna slowly inch his legs out. Okay, he's getting closer, 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 closer. Okay, this is a great scale as well. His arms being down, you can relax, helps maintain this hollow position in the middle. When you raise your arms up overhead, you have to do even more to lock down your core. Okay, so from his arms being down, hollow position, next up, he just raised his arms up overhead. Now we're RX. Okay, at any time, again, if this back becomes arched like this, you see air underneath there, we're not in a good position. I'd rather you scale down and achieve a tight core. Next up, we're gonna have an arch position. So he's gonna roll over. Arms are gonna be straight out in front of him. Legs are together. Legs are gonna stay straight the whole time. And all he's gonna do is raise up, okay? Notice that his ears are in line with his arms. He's not gonna have his head stuck up, okay? So I don't wanna see that. So head is down, legs are straight. Also don't wanna see your legs bent or out to the side, okay? So everything's nice and straight. You can relax. So learning how to turn on the back side of our body and turn on the front side of our body on a cue is going to help us move into handstands and pull-ups and muscle-ups. So you have to start this laying down on the ground, okay? Don't move on to anything else until you've mastered these skills first.